How would you like to blindfold your MP and set him adrift on the streets of your town? Well, that's essentially what's happening this morning in Chelmsford, in the city of Chelmsford. And that is the challenge that Essex Vision is setting not only us, but local officials, including the MP for the town, Simon Burns. And Thomas McGill is there to tell us more about this. Thomas.
Yes, good morning, Dave. Well, there's a gathering, probably about 25, 30 people here this morning down in the lobby at the Central Library here in Chelmsford. And they've just had a speech and a chat there from some of the organisers here about what's planned today. I'm joined by Faye Gattenbury from Essex Cares, who's going to tell me exactly, Faye, what's being launched today.
Hello there, yes. This week is National Eye Health Week. And so the aim of today was to invite some esteemed guests, for example MP Simon Burns, the Mayor and Mayoress, several councillors and directors, to experience sight loss themselves. And so we're basically launching the Eye Health Awareness Week and trying to get the attention of key people to see if we can improve services to visually impaired people in Essex.
And how exactly then is the likes of Simon Burns and myself going to experience then what it's like to be visually impaired?
We're going to go on a simulated walk, so we will be offering you the option of a blindfold or simulation spectacles. These could be, for example, replicating tunnel vision or macular degeneration, different eye conditions. We will then partner you up with a trained volunteer who will guide you very safely out of this building, down through Tyndall Square, which is designated or is being planned to be a designated shared space area. We want to raise awareness about that. We'll go down through the High Street, cut through High Chelmer, come up back through the market and back here. This does not show people what it is like to have a sight loss. This can only give you the vaguest idea and give you an experience of having a sight loss, and we hope that it will make people stop and think. We want to take you outside of your comfort zone, basically, so we're raising awareness, and we think it will have quite a powerful message.
Yes, so basically you're giving us all a set of glasses, like big safety goggles, I suppose, and some of them are, they've got see-through or sort of cloudy sellotape over the fronts of them. Other ones have got a tiny little hole, maybe only a couple of millimetres wide in the front of them, and that is able to simulate basically what a visually impaired person would see.
That's about as good as we can get when it comes to simulation. So, for example, the most common eye condition suffered by older people is macular degeneration, and that takes away your central vision gradually. And so we have a pair of simulation spectacles that have taken away, blocked out the central vision. This means that you won't be able to recognise faces, you won't be able to read books or see paper, you will struggle to navigate down the street, but you will have peripheral vision. The other eye condition, for example, is glaucoma, which causes tunnel vision, and so we have a pair of simulation spectacles that will simulate that, so you therefore have no peripheral vision and can only see a tiny bit in front of you. This is the only way that we can try and replicate what it might be like to have this sight loss. Of course, it doesn't go anywhere near giving you the experience, but it's the best we can do, and we think it actually is quite a powerful way of doing it.
Lovely. Faye Gattenbury from Essex Cares. Well, I know that you're going on the walk, and I'm going to be taking a pair of glasses and going on the walk now. Lots of people have headed away already and got their glasses, so I'll join them in a second. And Dave, we will be coming back to this story then in the next hour of the programme, and I'll be speaking to Simon Burns just to find out how he has experienced or how he's sort of coped with being visually impaired for a short while.
Thomas, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, back with Thomas very soon. Well, earlier on today on the Dave Monk programme, Thomas McGill, we spoke to him ahead of his attempt at the sight loss challenge around Chelmsford Town Centre. Now, he undertook the task hosted by Essex Vision with Simon Burns, MP for the area. So how did he get on? Well, let's find out.
So, Simon, I got the glasses for the visually impaired tunnel vision. What glasses are you wearing?
I've also got them for tunnel vision.
And we have just come through Tyndall Square, the busy shopping centre, and down through the market. How have you found it?
Interesting, actually, because your sight is so restricted and you're constantly having to move your head from left to right, up and down, to identify what's in your environment and whether you're about to walk into a bollard or bump into someone. It is weird.
Yes, and the experience then, did you feel confident walking across town
Well, I was confident because I had a very good carer helping me, but to do this on my own, and particularly if I was in an area that I was totally unfamiliar with, no, I wouldn't have that much confidence. It must be a nightmare for people who actually have tunnel vision.
And for people with blindness, then, the message that the Essex Care and all the organisations are trying to put across today, what do you think of it?
I think it's very important because I think if you don't suffer from impaired sight, you don't fully appreciate what people are having to put up with in their day-to-day lives. And so you've got to make sure that the environment in which they are walking around in is best adjusted to meet their needs as well as people who are properly sighted. And that means that you have to have the bobbles on the pavement when you're coming up to crossing a road and in other areas, and make sure that when you lay out areas like the high street where lots of people come to shop, that you are aware that not everyone has full sight and can easily manoeuvre getting around.
Is there anything that you've learnt from today's exercise that you maybe can take back to the House of Commons and any legislation that could be changed?
Well, I don't know about legislation that needs to be changed, but the message that I have got loud and clear is just how difficult it is, what a nightmare it is, and I have been doing it with tunnel vision. With those people who have virtually no vision at all, it is even more difficult because at least if I move my head, I can see the environment, albeit in a very restricted way. And I think the message is we have got to be more aware of the needs of people who have poor or no eyesight.
And just finally as well, some people have laid criticism onto the types of shared surfaces that are on the pavement and in the town centres across certain parts of Essex. Were you surprised at the reaction from other people, fully sighted people, towards visually impaired people?
What surprised me doing this walk was because I'm concentrating so much, I can see people ironically better than if I was just going about my normal shopping. And I was surprised by the number of people who are quite clearly fully sighted who don't actually look where they're going.
Yes. Well, I'll let you tackle the steps then back down into County Hall. I'm assuming that you're going to grab hold of your supporter again, or are you going to try them on your own?
No, I'm going to grab hold of my supporter, just so that I don't fall at the bottom flat on my face.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good look, no teeth.
No, it wouldn't be great, but there we are.
Simon Burns there, the MP for Chelmsford, talking to our reporter Thomas McGill in Chelmsford city centre.